Norwegian expressions translated directly to English. A widower's blow is a hard blow to your elbow, which sends an unpleasant shock all the way down your arm. A bear favor is a favor that leaves you worse off than how you started. Carrying power just means the same thing as sustainability. An unting is any rude or disrespectful action that you shouldn't be doing. And to be in the middle of the butter eye means that you are somewhere where something important is happening. To be touched on the peach means to be caught doing something you shouldn't be doing. Having your beard caught in the mailbox means having failed and then being stuck in a difficult position. Cheating Pope chimney shit is something you might call a cheater. It's not only means that it's not that easy. And owls in the moss means there's something strange going on. But it actually started among farmers in this part of Denmark as uller i mosen, which means wolves in the swamp. But the city folk from Copenhagen misheard the Sønderjylland accent uller as ugler, which means owls. It then arrived in Norway via the Copenhagen version, but the fact that mosen means swamp in Danish and moss in Norwegian changed the expression even more. There's a running joke among Scandinavians that Danish is so difficult to understand that they can't even communicate among themselves. And this story confirms it.
So for me, the Danish language has collapsed into meaningless guttural sounds.
Being on the field means being clueless. A child who's being tiny grown up is acting older than they actually are, generally in an annoying way. Shitting on your leg means making a mistake. Being nose-wise means being cheeky. And walking around the porridge means not getting to the point. Norwegian words translated directly to English. Ass trolls, sucking pipe, lazy animals, onlay, color rich, summer bird, after research, green things, under search, ice bear, earth berries, ice stabber, garden snake, yellow roots, apple handsome, butt, behind the drunk, dust sucker, fat chopper, meat tit, flapping mouse, kicking bike, on bird, cooling closet, stick meat, and monkey cats. Here are the most popular boy names for babies in Norway per decade since the 1870s. Ole, 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 Johan, Arne, 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 Jan, 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 Christian, Christian, Markus, Lukas, and Noah. Here are the most popular girl names for babies in Norway per decade since the 1870s. Anna, 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 Solveig, Bjørg, Anne, 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 Silje, Ida, Emma, Emma, and Nora. The Norwegian word for pick is velg when referring to choosing something, and plukk when referring to picking something up. But if you were to just say pick in Norway, that actually means dick. In Norwegian, six is sex, and sex is also sex, and sax is scissors. So if you say vi må ha sex, that could easily be misinterpreted. The Norwegian word for leopard is leopard, and the word for cheetah is gepard. But wouldn't it be much more fun if the English words were also leopard and gepard? This is not Haaland. Erling Braut Haaland's last name is spelled with an Å, the 29th letter in the Norwegian alphabet. Most keyboards in English-speaking countries do not include an Å button, so it is quite common to change an Å into two A's, which is probably why he had his name legally changed once he started getting big internationally. A, the 29th letter of the Norwegian alphabet, is a lot of people's least favorite letter, due to people associating it with the Norwegian words for poop, bash, and yuck, æsj. Which is stupid because the letter is also used in the Norwegian word for berries, bær. Æ is also one of many ways people from different parts of Norway say I when they talk about themselves, mainly used by people in and around Trondheim. I fra Trondheim, they would say. Ø, the 28th letter of the Norwegian alphabet, is probably the most used letter outside of Norway, but mostly as a cool stylized O instead of as a true Ø. It can be pretty funny for us when people from outside of Norway use it wrong. Røde microphones means red microphones, despite usually not being red. Mønster energy drink is pattern energy drink. And gløv doesn't really mean anything, no matter what the producers claim. Some examples of actual words that use the letter Ø is øl, which means beer, død, which means death, and døgn, which is a word for the full 24 hours of a day. Å, the 29th and last letter of the Norwegian alphabet, is also a word. The word å means to, as in to do something. Å kjøre means to drive, å spise means to eat, and so on. Å is also used as an exclamation, in pretty much the same way as the English O. Å. The Norwegian word for wizard is trollman, and one of the Norwegian words for magic is troll judgment. Anything weird and magical was thought to be caused by trolls back in the day. Norwegian versions of nursery rhymes translated back to English.
Little Petter Spider was climbing on my hat. Then it started raining and Petter he fell down. Then came the sun and shined on my hat. Then the spider came to life that climbed on my hat.
If you liked this, I recommend watching my video about the Norwegian translation of Harry Potter, which explains a lot of common and very niche Norwegian words. And please like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.